to my channel. It's your girl Nurse Lee, and on my channel I talk about nursing, beauty, and lifestyle. So if that's something you're interested in, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell below so that you'll be notified each and every time I post a new video. So just a little bit of a background about me. I am a med-surg nurse. I work on a med-surg unit. I've been a nurse for about a year and a half now. So I graduated nursing school back in May of 2019 and was hired on a med-surg unit. So that's where I've been working. And that's where I started my nursing experience as a new nurse, and I'm still there now. Don't know where I want to take it. Don't know where I want to go yet. As far as, with nursing, but for right now, I'm getting all my experience. I'm learning as much as I can so that when it is time for me to advance in my nursing career, I'll be able to do so, and I'll have enough experience and confidence under my belt. So in this video, as you can see in the title, I'm going to be talking about the pros and cons of working morning shift. I did a pros and cons of night shift already. If you haven't checked out that video and you're interested in knowing pros and cons of working night shift as a nurse, please check out that video. I'll link it down below. And this video is going to focus on the advantages and disadvantages of working morning shift. So I'm going to start off with talking about the pros, and I'm going to talk about the cons. So if it's something that you're interested in, just keep watching. All right, so one of the pros of working morning shift is basically just having a normal schedule. You're waking up with the rest of the world and you're going to sleep with the rest of the world. Now what I mean by that is you're waking up, you're going to work in the morning, and you're getting off in the evening, and the cycle continues to go to sleep at night, wake up in the morning with the rest of the world. You're not on that night shift schedule, whereas though the rest of the world is sleeping and you're awake. This is giving you a normal schedule where you can sleep at night and wake up in the morning to go to work. So if that's something you're interested in and you want a normal schedule, then then definitely consider working morning shift. Your sleep cycle does not get thrown off. Your routine doesn't get thrown off. You're even able to spend time with your family and friends when you get off work, because most likely they'll be off work as well. So you can spend your evenings with your family and your friends. If that's what you want to do, you're able to do that, and you're not worried about, oh, I got to be at work at 7 p.m., and not being able to spend time with family and friends. So that's definitely a pro that I would say with working morning shift. So another pro that I want to talk about, it ties into the normal schedule. It's just basically that you're maintaining an ordinary sleep schedule. I just believe that when you're trying to decide whether you should work morning shift or night shift, you should really consider your sleep cycle. Like, do you care if it gets messed up? Do you care if, it's thrown off or out of routine? Do you care if you sleep while everyone else is awake? Like, it's just your preference. What do you prefer? I personally think it is a pro to have a ordinary, normal sleep cycle, whereas though I'm waking up with everyone and going to sleep with everybody. So that's why I labeled it as a pro. So just think of your preference and what you prefer to do, and that will definitely help you make a decision whether or not you want to do morning shift or night shift. And morning shift, your schedule is more consistent. Life is more consistent. You're more on your routine, rather than being thrown off your routine. And then that way your body gets adequate rest and your life is more out of balance with things, in my opinion. So this next one I'm going to talk about, I'm going to label this as a con. You may label it as a pro, depending on how you like your work schedule, how you like your work pace to be. I'm labeling it as a con because I don't Sorry guys, my camera died unfortunately. But anyway, as I was saying, um, you can consider this next point I'm about to make, whether you want it to be a pro or a con, but I'm going to say it's a con just because that's just my opinion. So being so busy for morning shift is very busy. It can be very busy. There's more people in the building, management patrolling around, family members that you have to deal with in the morning shift. It's just a lot more people. The doctors you have to deal with for morning shift more so than night shift. I mean, doctors are on night shift, but there are a lot more on morning shift. You're giving out a lot more medications on morning shifts. You are taking your patients to procedures and tests for morning shift more so. It's just very busy. Like you're constantly moving. You're constantly on your feet. Yeah, so I would say that's a con if you're the type of person who, you know, you don't like to be in such a fast-paced environment, in a rushed environment. That's definitely a con for you. Now, if you do like the whole, you know, staying busy throughout your shift, because essentially it makes the time go by faster, which that's the only reason why I would like it, or, you know, that's why I do morning shift from time to time. If I haven't mentioned already, I rotate shifts. So I do morning shift and I do night shift. 2 weeks morning, 2 weeks night. I try to do it like that just to continue to experience both shifts. But yeah, working morning shift, it's very busy, and the more you stay busy, the more your time flies by, and before you know it, it's time to clock out. So if you like everybody on your back, when I mean by like everybody on your back, I mean like, you know, like I said, management is watching. You know, you got to make sure you're on your P's and Q's, like make sure everything is in order, make sure you're organized, make sure everything's getting done at a timely manner. Doctors are asking you 1,000,001 questions. They're putting in discharges for you to discharge patients. You might have to attend some family meetings because that's when family is more so coming in, is in the daytime. It's just, even me talking about it, it's a lot. But you know, it's doable. You know, it's not like it's very doable. If you're able to manage your time, then you're able to handle morning shift. I wouldn't say it's for everybody because, like I said, people like to work at a slower pace. So then that means they would have to consider night shift. So yeah, you guys, you barely get a break. Yeah, you barely get a break. I make time for, like, I have to have my breaks, so I'm gonna get a break. But it's harder to find where to have a break with morning shift. But it is difficult to find where to take your break, or when to have your break, I should say. Because you're constantly running around and you're constantly doing something. Like it's just a constant fast-paced situation when it comes to morning shift. So I will place that under a con. Another con I want to talk about when it comes to working morning shift is that you are less likely to spend quality time with your patients, just because of you having more tasks to complete during morning shift. It is less likely for you to go into your patient's room and have a lengthy conversation with them to get to know them a little better. Just because you got call bells going off, and your other patients are most likely to need things, and then you have to run out of your patient's room to attend to the next patient. So you're less likely to spend quality time with your patients and get to know them a little more, which I consider that as a con, because our patients, they deserve more of our attention. And unfortunately, when you're so busy, you're unable to provide them with the attention they need. So that's definitely a con when it comes to morning shift. I'm not saying that it's not possible for you to get to know your patients during morning shift. I'm just saying that it's more difficult just because of the environment is more so at a busier or fast-paced environment is what you're working in when it comes to morning shift. There are some people that they just work at a fast pace. Like they're so used to working at a fast pace that they're a fast worker. So they're able to provide quality time for their patients and get to know their patients on a deeper level and still be able to juggle everything else. But if you're a new nurse, it takes time. I mean, maybe the older nurses know how to do all that, but as us new nurses, it's going to take time for us to work in a fast-paced environment and, you know, spend quality time with our patients at the same time. So it's doable, but it takes time to build that up, or I should say, like, learn how to work at that pace if you're already not a fast-paced learner or worker. So that is all the pros and cons I have for you guys when it comes to morning shift. I know I didn't give you guys too many pros and cons. That's what I could think of at the moment, but please, 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 if you have any pros and or cons that you have experienced during morning shift, please leave it down in the comment box below, so that if you have any other nurses, new nurses, or the older nurses who can't make a decision as to whether or not they want to work morning shift, then they can definitely find this video helpful and find your comments helpful in making a decision whether or not to work morning shift. Thank you all so much for tuning into this video. I do appreciate you all. If this video was helpful to you, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you haven't already subscribed and you're constantly watching my videos, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell below so that you'll be notified each and every time I post a new video. See you all in my next video. Bye.